Hey there, tubers, Redneck Brian here. I thought I'd do a bit of an update. As some of you may or may not know, I picked up some decals from a fellow YouTuber. They were originally going to be going on that tractor there, but since it's being scrapped, I'm not going to be throwing away the decal. I'm going to show you the decal in a couple minutes. I'm debating on getting new decals made up for this if I can get a rear end for it and an engine. But as everyone knows, the engine from the Bolins was planning on putting it in here. But the Bolins, my stepdad even says I should keep the Bolins because the Bolins is a much nicer tractor than all these, other than the Honda and the Troy. So I might be getting a few stickers made up for the Bolins. The decals on the Bolins are not in good shape at all, so I'm thinking about keeping it white, but I'm thinking about doing an accent color of black. So I'm thinking about making it black and white. I'm going to keep all this here white and the hood white, and I'll put my decal I'm thinking about on the hood. I'm going to repaint the dash black. The dash is currently a dark green. I'd like to paint the dash black. When I had this rear cover off, there should be enough room I could put my stereo right here. I'll lift that up for you. There should be enough room off to the side there I can put my stereo in. That also depends on the rear end in this. I just gotta go out and get some transmission fluid for this. I know what kind it needs. I looked it up on a Bolin's forum on through Google. So I know what I need to put in it for tranny fluid. And the tranny seems to be okay. It's just really low on fluid. I'm going to do another update on that in a few minutes. So anyways, back to stickers. As it goes right now, this one here is just going to be stayed parked. Probably going to be pulling the battery out of it right now, or in a few minutes for the Honda. Honda has a dead battery. Just tried to start it. But this one here, there's nothing really lost on it because I made back all my money I spent on this by selling the parts, by selling the bagger, selling the stock engine, selling the mower deck. I made my money back and then some. So there's no real hard loss on this. I'm going to be saving all four tires. All four tires still hold air. They're slightly weather cracked, but they're all good still. Back to stickers. Everybody should know who that guy is and who that little dinosaur is. Yeah, I got myself some of them. This came in today. The only reason why I put them on that tractor now is because that's the only tractor that does not need to be painted. So the Honda needs a paint job soon. I'd like to get the Honda painted. It's probably too late now to get it painted and to get some decals made up for it. Actually, all the decals on it are in halfway decent shape. Everything needs to be masked off on the Honda, and the Honda needs to be painted. And then it's pretty good. I'm still debating on selling the Honda. I've thought of it, but I don't want to get rid of it. But I do want to get rid of it. That's the thing. I like it because it's a full frame tractor, just like the Bolins and the Troy built. It's a full frame tractor as well. Actually, it's kind of a unibody to full frame tractor. It's a little bit better than the Mastercraft here. Mastercraft here, I consider it a full unibody tractor. But the Honda has a frame. The Troy built has a frame. The reason why I say about unibody type tractors is the side fenders are basically permanently attached. I think they do unbolt. Yeah, they do unbolt, but they're not really unboltable, like to strip it down. And basically, the main panel there underneath that's basically the frame of the tractor. That's why I consider it a unibody. On the Honda, if you remember, underneath all that covering, there's actually frame rails. There's two frame rails. From whenever I was working on the Honda doing the fuel pump, no, not the fuel pump, sorry, doing the starter on it. It has actually a full frame. This one here is the same way as well. If you remove all the panels, it has a full frame under it as well. So basically, that's why I consider this one a unibody, basically, and that one there a full frame. Obviously the Bolins is a full frame as well, so the Bolins will most likely be getting the winch on the front of it. I haven't yet decided on how it's being bolted on, but I could either bolt it onto the front or I could bolt it onto the back. But most likely onto the front. Be easier. Let's see if this thing's dripping. Looks like it's dripping a little bit, but it's hard to say if it's actually coming from the rear end or it was coming from whenever I opened up the cap for the fluid fill. So let's go in here. As you can see, I cleaned this place up the other day. Yeah, pisser. So here's the other decal I was talking about. I'm not actually going to throw away this hood. That's why I have left the hood in here. That's why the hood hasn't even touched the scrap pile. Heck, the hood's not even scratched. It's just dirty. If it does get any scratches on it, I'm actually going to repaint it and just mask off the decal. Because I know the person that made this put so much time and effort into this. I don't want to basically shit on his work by throwing this into the scrap pile, because he does very good work. So this hood is actually going to be hung up on the wall right here as a focal point. And when I do move eventually, that hood will be coming down and that hood will be coming with me. As long as pretty much with everything else that's in here, maybe not the workbench. So anyways, I'm not going to dishonor his work by throwing that in the scrapyard. So that hood will be saved. I'm just going to touch up the paint on it a little bit, and it's just going to be a focal piece to the shop. So that's basically what's happening. This is a quick random update. As you can see, I can actually get stuff in here, and I can actually get in here and do work in here. That's my main lawnmower there. It's actually in here comfortably, and before it had stuff all around it, and there was a lot of garbage and stuff on the floor. It still could be cleaned up in here more, but it's pretty good the way it is. I also brought my filing cabinet in here finally. And on the other generator, on the 5000, all I'm waiting on getting is some fuel line. Here's the fuel pump. I have no fuel line kicking around, at least that I've found yet. I do keep some around. It might be somewhere on that shelf right there. See, basically now the shelves just need to be cleaned up in here. And I got there's sawdust and stuff from whenever when we were working on the wiring in here. That needs to be vacuumed up. And I'd like to get this insulated, but I don't really want to put too much more money into this because, like I said, there's a chance that we could be moving soon. I'm not saying definite, but there's a chance that we could be. And my big fan obviously will probably come out as well. So anyways, back to this. I just need to get some fuel line for this, but I'm broke right now, so I gotta wait to get paid. And I get paid on Thursday. I may go pick up some fuel line. It costs about $10, and we can hopefully get the 5000 started. Still has no exhaust, but we're working on that. But that's pretty much it. So also, I found out this here is actually a garden tractor. It's not a lawn tractor. It is a garden tractor. So that's another reason why it's such a heavy frame, and it's built like a tank. So, because it is in fact a garden tractor. That one there's a lawn tractor. I believe the Honda's a garden tractor as well. Not 100% sure if anyone can correct me on that, but I believe that is considered a garden tractor as well. Even though it doesn't have a high-low rear end in it, it's a really tough tractor. And the Troy, I believe, is just a lawn tractor. It is the heavier version of the Troy built, because it has the 20-horse Kohler V-twin in it instead of the 18, I think the other ones came with. Yeah, I believe the other ones came with an 18 horsepower single cylinder. And that actually has a bigger engine than my stepdad's motorcycle. And this thing here, the CCs on this are just a little bit less than my stepdad's motorcycle, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, there's a quick random update of practically everything. Hopefully that will be going soon, that entire scrap pile. Hoping I can make about half as much as I made last time. I don't have as much as I had last time. There's an engine in there I gotta try to save. A friend of mine has a lawnmower. It's they ran it low on oil and it's pooched. So there's an engine in there that I know is good. I think it's on that green deck right there. I know it's still a decent engine. I gotta take it out and put it onto his lawnmower. It's a lawnmower that some of my older subscribers will have seen before. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. Oh, also, the toolbox on this is going right there. A few people were wondering, like they're saying, oh, put it on the back or put it on like the side because it's going to interfere with the tractor. So that's where it is going. It's not going to interfere with nothing. I'm probably going to have to bring it forward a little wee bit just so it will open and close correctly. But so it basically will be going probably right around there, just so it will open and close correctly. And there is a inner handle pull-out thing in there as well. So, and like I was saying in the previous video, I am wiring this trailer for lights, but all they'll be is just blinky lights. So whenever the lights come on, they'll just blink like 4 ways, but they'll blink red. So that's pretty much everything that I've been up to. Nothing really much. I'm waiting on some money to get a few things done, and a friend of mine has some transmission fluid that I gotta go see if I can get off them, and I can go put some tranny fluid in this. It's not horrible, but I'll do another video immediately following this one talking about it. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. My yard's pretty much cleaned up the way that we like it. We don't really mind stuff being right here, but I liked it being cleaned up. So yeah, I'll talk to everyone later. Please keep it redneck. I know this is kind of like a really long talking video, but I got a few things accomplished. So bye for now.